welcome to this very special edition of Wake Up and Live with the Arts. I'm Sue Johnson, your host for this evening, and it is beyond my pleasure to welcome our very special featured guest for this evening, our own hometown girl. I'm going to call her that because she is our hometown success, Debra Byrd. And we go back so far in our history that she started out as Debbie Byrd back at John Adams, and now she's graduated from Debra to Byrd, and reminds me of Charlie Parker. You remember Byrd?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Debra, welcome too.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very grateful to be sitting with you once again. It's my pleasure. And when I was in high school, I was called Byrd.
You told me that.
Yeah, kids would call me Byrd or Tweety or Tweets, or and I embraced it because I am a vocal coach and arranger on American Idol, and I've been there since day one. And when I got the job, there were 7 Debs, Debbies, and Debras.
Okay.
So it's just easier to have the contestants call me Byrd.
Right.
Because it became awkward to say, okay, I need you to go talk to Debbie about such and such and such, and then Deb's going to give you your mic, and then Deb has to do such and their heads would explode.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm very grateful to be here with you and being with you at John Adams. And I have to say, Sue Johnson was the English teacher at John Adams. And
I was a mere whippersnapper.
But on top of being a mere whippersnapper, in retrospect, I realized how young and vibrant you were because you were our age, because she was the hot English teacher, okay? She really,
I told you, I've cooled down some now. But let's talk a little bit about what brings you to Cleveland. You are on a very special promotional tour for your Star School Live, and you're launching it right here at Cleveland, hometown, everybody. She came home first. And from here, you are going, well, all over the planet. Tell us a little bit about Star School Live and the tour that you are launching here in Cleveland.
Okay. Star School Live is a series of master classes that I've put together. I've been doing master classes for a few years, and being produced by other people. And this one I'm producing along with the House of Blues. And I've got wonderful sponsors, so I'm the CEO, entrepreneur.
Oh, my
It makes
word.
me happy.
Yes.
It makes me very, very happy. So I began creating and being associated with wonderful products for singers.
Mm-hmm.
And with those products are things we need right now for people, tools that people need to audition, to be a better auditioner, because these days it's just not taught. People go to New York, they go to LA, and they don't know how to present themselves at an audition. And
Precisely.
I didn't make my DVD about vocalizing because there are many, many vocal teachers who do that. So mine is geared for how to present yourself, because face it, we are in the age of young people who are what I call video babies.
Mm-hmm.
They were brought up in front of the television, and they look at it and they go, oh, I can do that. Oh yeah, the television was their babysitter.
Right.
So it's so ingrained in them, and they think it's easy, but it's not. And there's an art, as we know, there's an art to giving a great audition, how to prepare yourself for the audition, how to present yourself in the audition, and what to do after it.
I'm so excited to hear that because I also teach primarily for regular theater, non-vocal, but the whole audition technique process and about how you go in selling yourself from the jump as soon as you hit the door. And then we talk about professional etiquette, how you handle yourself, whether you get the audition or not, you know how to leave that audition.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that we're sharing some of the same kinds of knowledge, but you primarily for vocal artists, is that correct?
Well, because I've done 5 Broadway shows,
Yeah.
and
Okay, do you remember the titles?
Yes, the first Broadway show I did was Ain't Misbehavin', and it was the one that Nell Carter won the Tony Award, and the Emmy Awards went to the other actors, Ken Page. The originals are Amelia McQueen, Andre DeShields, Nell Carter, and Charlene Woodard.
Oh,
Those were the original 5, and it was a groundbreaking musical in that it was the first time that a Broadway show was created, but before it landed on Broadway, there was a workshop process.
Yes.
So the workshop means that 6 weeks before the show was even launched, the characters were developed. It would be your character would have your name, my character would have my name, and it's what you bring to that ensemble piece. And that was the first time that actors were given a percentage of the Broadway show.
Well, that's exciting news. I'm
Yes.
loving hearing that.
That was the first time, and the reason I know that is because I have the same attorney.
Okay.
And he represented them and
Uh-huh.
won because they went against Actors Equity. They took them to court and said, I developed this character, this is me.
Mhm.
And they did win, so subsequently, the shows after that, Dreamgirls came about as a workshop process.
Yes.
And those people still get a percentage of Dreamgirls.
Mhm.
And on and on and on. So that's huge. That was a huge milestone.
Mhm.
So I was very happy to be a part of Ain't Misbehaving.
And then from there you went to...
I did I started as an understudy to Armelia McQueen, and then from there I got the role as it toured around the United States in the LA company, and on and on and on. And we just put together, fast forward to right now, in 2010, there was a version of Ain't Misbehaving, the 30th anniversary,
Wow.
directed by Richard Maltby Jr. and Arthur Faria's choreography. They won Tonys for that show, and they won. They were nominated for a Grammy for 2010, and I was a part of that as well. So it's huge. 30 years later,
Right.
See,
right.
to see that a show holds up that long and goes to another generation. Because Reuben Studdard may not have even been, I think he was probably 2 years old.
When it first started.
When it first started.
Yes.
And it's huge. He and Frenchie Davis and Trinice Cobbins and Patrice Covington and the cast that was put together, that's huge that a show can stand 30 years later and still be an award-winning, precedent-setting thing.
Precisely.
That's fabulous. Okay, so after, now before Ain't Misbehaving, I need to go back to my Cleveland. I want to go back to Cleveland a little bit.
But of course, we love it when you go back to Cleveland.
Because I did Cleveland is such a wonderful learning ground.
Yes.
And I always say to actors, in my master classes and as I go around the country, I say, learn everything you can locally. Use your resources that are here, because when you get to New York or LA, they make you pay an arm and a leg for the same things you can get here. And what I learned at Caramoo Theater was not only how to present my talent on the stage, which is singing, well, just be very basic and say singing, but I learned how to build a set. I learned how to light a show. I learned how to paint a set. So not only did I learn how to be on stage, I learned how to be off stage. And make the machine run, because it does take a village to make the presentation. And every time you're looking to do a show, it's not about your particular talent all the time. And it makes you well-rounded. It gives you more avenues of income, so that you're not sitting at home going, well, my type is not in this year, so... No, you gather tools, you gather information, you gather your talent and expand it. It becomes more expansive, so that you can be many, many things. You can be multifaceted. And that's what I learned in Cleveland.
How can they reach you easily?
Come to my master class at the House of Blues series. The House of Blues, go to their website, houseofblues.com, so that you can find information as to which city I will be in. And I'm there Saturday, August 14th from 10 a.m. to noon. And there's great information you can learn about how to do this, how to use your creativity and your God-given talent, and to enhance it, be a better singer, get rid of bad habits. And those of you who use your voices, who use your voice as a disc jockey or a minister, as an attorney, as a teacher, you have to learn skills in terms of communicating. My DVD is on my website. My website is American Idol vocalcoach.com. There's great information for singers there. And come find me and drop me a note. I want to hear you say hello. I want to know about experiences. And I do voice lessons by Skype.
Well, and we've had some
that was
inquiries.
nice.
Yes, we've had some inquiries about how they can connect with you for coaching. So we're going to let Debra have that last word. And again, we want to thank Karen and Vicki and Norma for joining this conversation. And certainly we hope you will stay tuned to our next edition of Wake Up and Live with the Arts. It's going to take us a long time to come down from the excitement of sharing these few minutes with Byrd, but what better way to spend a Thursday evening?
Absolutely.
So thank you, Debra.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
darling.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so
And
much.
we will be seeing you at your Star School Live and on tour, but stay tuned so you can find out where she is and you can go see her in person.
Wonderful.
Till next time.